Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world are you from. How's it going? It's a Saturday. Slow day of Saturday. When you come here, come say hi. Resume playback. Did you catch yesterday's salad? Did you get to see yesterday? Yesterday's salad was very interesting. There were just fruits. Actually, it was closest to the so-called salted. Frosty Grillers, what's up? How are you? Sona. You told me you want me to call you Sona. Sona or Sona? Sona means gold. You know this, right? Comes from the stars. Comes from the stars. You missed yesterday's salad, didn't you? I think you were not there for the salad yesterday. Yeah. So the original word of salad is salate. It means salted. Yeah. So these Greeks figured this out that you just chop vegetables and fruits, and you just put there's your ooh for them. So you just chop all of them and you mix it all together with salt. So this was salted. This was the basic salted. And then this went to Europe. So in France, it became salade, salade. And when it crossed over the English canal, whatever you want to call it went to England and it became salad. So the original meaning of this food item is just fruit. So you should have checked it out. Yesterday was pineapple, strawberry, kiwi, and clementines, basically oranges. What's the symbol that you're typing? I like that. Hi Charles, what's up? Sorry for my disheveled look. I was supposed to shave today, but I'm running so behind schedule. I'm supposed to finish off all these tasks by the 15th of February. I'm traveling from 20th onwards and I'll be back by 20th April. So therefore, I am under a lot of stress. Stress. How's it going? How do you say hi in Tamil? Charles? How do you say vanakkam? Vanakkam is Tamil only, right? There was this show called Malgudi Days. What was the chief protagonist's name? The little boy. Gopi. That's a Tamil show, right? No live session? Sorry, I missed what you're saying. Oh, you mean evening session? You're fast to join the dots, huh? Samir is not shaved, so this is probably not going to be a live session. In the army and the forge, these generals had to shave twice or thrice a day. It was that bad because they did not. I mean, they're free people, yeah. They have nothing to do. They just keep shaving all day long. No, so I'll tell you what I would love to do the live session, but I think today we will skip for many reasons. First, I have to prepare, repeat. Uh, Basically, and I can't keep delivering the same. No, it was Hindi based on novel by yeah. Now I remember R.K. Krishnan, but that has nothing to. It was not based in Tamil Nadu, was it? I thought it was based in Tamil Nadu. I think it was a Tamil background to the story. I don't. I quite. It was a teacher. I remember school teacher. Things were going on. Reminded me of my school days. I have studied in KV. No, I have studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya. So we didn't always have furniture and air conditioning was there was nothing called air conditioning. It was windows without panes. So that was very nice. A Kannada, yes. I forgot about those peoples. And until my dad spent 17 years in Bengaluru, and I was in love with that city. An amazing city, truly an amazing city, and wonderful people. But then something has happened. It happened to Pune also. It has basically broken. I don't know what broke, but something broke. And the result was No live audio. No, no, of course. Why will I stop my live show? This 12:30 p.m. is my office hours. I am supposed to be here to answer questions and address any questions or queries or concerns people have regarding Kaiben. Actually, regarding the entire gamut of operations when it comes to this plant called the cannabis sativa. Because the information that is available about it is so blurry and so bad. I'll give you a very good example, okay? Most people who think they're very successful, they're doing well in life, don't mind having a mimosa with breakfast. Mimosa is an alcohol based drink. So, breakfast mimosa. What they don't know is the alcohol by itself, what we are consuming, is probably the most dangerous thing that you can consume today. Not all alcohol, but this alcohol that is blended whiskey. There is no way. Yeah, Bangalore is beyond. I don't know whether it is ruined or what has happened to it, but that city has really gone bad. Yeah, I was there last year. No, I was there last year. What are you saying? Shit, it's been more than a year, man. I am so lost. So I was there last year, and I spent days there. I packed up on the 23rd day. I said, I just drove from here. I was a friend of mine, couple of my friends were living there. They said, Samir, why don't you come deliver the Sleep Rocks lecture there? So I took this lecture in my car with my speakers and everything. Yeah, it's a fully mobile thing. And I took this lecture. It was well received. But those 22 days were harrowing for me. I drove in Bangalore once for something like 20-25 kilometers on first year. I have done my share of driving. I've driven all over the India, the countryside. I have done a lot of driving. But I'm telling you something, 2.5 hours on the first gear. Try it. I mean, it was just. I stopped after when we finished and I got to where I could park the car because I couldn't change lanes also. No, it just jam packed all of us. There was like a brigade traveling for 20-25 kilometers. It was raining. And by the time I reached him, I just parked the car and I just said, I think I'll cry for a bit. It was that bad. It was such an awful experience. I was smoking back then, so I remember I was like smoking one after the other and after the other. It was just horrible. You must have a morning reach the station. No, no, it wasn't like a travel destination. I was going back. I was living outskirts of the city, and I had to go from. I think I don't remember where I was. One of the maybe Bannerghata or somewhere there I was, and I had to travel something like maybe 20 or 25 kilometers. It was just spectacularly painful. But anyways, I don't want to talk about the pain part. That's happening to every city, by the way. It's not just. You know what I noticed? I mean, I've driven in many countries, many cities in India, and the one thing I've noticed about Mumbai, Shals, your city, people drive very well. I don't know, it's because I've asked many people about it, and they say Mumbai police is very tough. But I don't think it is Mumbai police because of which people drive. There is a sense of purpose that they have when they're driving, and they realize that you should pause and stop, and that's something which I've seen in Bombay. If you come to Delhi, you travel in Delhi, you drive in Delhi. Pune is becoming like this. The area where I live, it's really, really sad. Yesterday was a death on the roads, very close to my place. It's almost daily somebody is dying on the roads. And it is so strange. I mean, even today, whenever I go outside, I see people on their bike, a mother and a child without helmet. We've had mother passing away. Imagine child. How sad and I can't even begin to think about this. Why would you do this? I understand life is tough. There is a lot that's going on. India is not an easy country to live in. I agree. But I think there are some things which you can just do to save yourself. No, is that too much? I know when I was a kid, I was not also following these things, and the kid in me still wants to take risks. But I think these are not the places to take risk. We had a jogger who got hit early morning here near about what 200 meters from where I live, across on the main road. A car was driving that fast. I don't know what happened. I don't think it was the car's fault only. It's an empty road, and the car was driving really fast. Maybe he was trying to cross the road or whatnot, but the dude got hit. It's a well, I think sensibilities should prevail. There is a sense of desperation in the people. I can see this, that it has become an awful awkward human thing. We are lacking empathy. Empathy is probably the most important part of community living. If you are not empathetic towards people around you, then you're creating unrest, and nobody wants to live with people who create unrest. I mean, unrest is it's nobody wants to be in a place which is unrest. You want to be peaceful, no? The idea is to stay peaceful. But anyhow, so well, joy and peace, joy and peace, too. So anyhow, so that's the story. Now, to answer your question, my life still is going to be on, and 12:30, I will find something new to do. I did for 60 days. There will be no seed pressing and no salad making. I don't know if I can get to. Sorry about that. If I can get to my instruments, I need good fruits, very good fruits in Delhi, by the way. Um, I, yeah, why not? Let's see. Let's see. If it works out, I will be. It may not be a multi-camera kind of a thing going on. No, I don't think I can do a multi-camera thing. I'm just trying to see the. I mean, my entire system is actually quite mobile, but I'm carrying a lot of other stuff with me to Delhi. So, mm, okay, I'll think about it. I shall give it a thought, but I can't promise you. So, because this is a more well, and the lighting, everything. Lighting is the biggest problem. If you are familiar with filmmaking in any way, any kind of content creation in the video format, how many people like piece? Piece by piece. They like a piecemeal. Actually, I'll tell you something which you will find very interesting. We are looking for. So it's called. I'll spice it up. I'll make it a better way of presenting this. You ask a fourth grader, what's the fastest animal? They'll say cheetah. Now, here is a problem with the language of fastest. Fastest in what sense? Because the fastest animal on running on the ground, swimming in the water, or flying, the meaning of fastest changes. So the meaning of peace also changes. And we tend to measure something based on what we understand it as. It's that is the threshold. We set our bars about our understanding based on what we believe in. Our belief systems make our bar. So for example, it's like salt that we eat in food. Some people like more salt, some people don't like salt. Or try to give you an example of what our own internal perceptions are. So it's almost always about us finding our peace, the other person's peace. This came to me. Dude, this is quite some time ago. The guy is on the phone. He's listening to something really loud, okay? On his phone. It's blaring away. So I turned around and I told him, I said, do you mind? This guy was like, no, not at all. I said, no, of course, you don't mind, but it's loud. Would you like me to give you my headphones? You know what he said? He said, why don't you put on your headphones? I mean, we could have got into a fight, but I was thinking, well, there is so much other noise. Just because he's standing behind me, I can tell him this. But there's a bus that just went by, honking away like mad. People are screaming. There is counter noise. I mean, what I'm trying to say, there is so much around me. How can I hold him responsible for the noise in my head? So now when I travel in Bombay, I'm always wearing my headphones. I've got earplugs which keep the sound out. And I was not familiar with the ideas of yoga back then. And believe me, man, I don't know if you're doing yoga, Shaz, but even here, we've got so many people and it gets noisy. So no, it's not. I'm being so unfair because people are allowed to talk, right? But what I'm trying to say is controlling your own self. So, liking peace or finding peace. You Bombay people have something very crazy. Truly admire this about people. I don't know if you belong to that tribe, but Bombay has a certain culture where people will take 2 hours break and they'll travel somewhere outside city for a chai or something and they'll come back, like Lonavala or something. It's a very interesting culture. Half a day vacation, one full day of travel, but half a day of vacation. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm saying it's a very interesting thing. I think it's a superpower that you can. It's like sleeping for 15 minutes and being recharged and being ready. It's a superpower, and I understand the reasons why. I'm not suggesting that it should be changed or something. I'm telling you, I have seen countries like in Japan, even in Australia, the idea of working and partying or holiday or celebration, there is a sense of balance there. It is it. Many of us believe when we have something, we will have something. It's a yin yang. Our yin yan's a yin and then yang. They forget it's a yin yang. It's at this point. It's not here. It's not like a step to the next step. It works together. And I have spent more than 4 decades on this planet now, trying to figure out what it takes to find peace. I think now I know it takes your own self. That's why it's called Aham Brahma. You are the Brahmin word is Abraham, a Brahmin. It's the idea is that's why they wear the Janayu. That I saw that yesterday from Devdutt's post. I used to always wonder why they wear the thread across. Now I understood that it is that cut and the balance, and that is what is the cross. ये जो religious learnings है ना, symbolisms हैं, and the sense of information that brings wisdom, information, knowledge, and then wisdom, this has not changed. What has changed is the noise that has come in between, preventing us from seeing the patterns correctly, seeing that the text correctly. So the L looks like a T or the L becomes an I, and you start to misrepresent and misread things. We are always looking for good teachers because of this. Keep this in mind. Whenever you step out into the sun and you are looking for questions, answers to your questions, you're not looking for answers. You're looking for someone to answer them. You want to have a conversation with someone. ChatGPT's success lies in the way it responds to us. Autopilot came up in 1980s, fly-by-wire. The computerized mechanism of automatic things to be done is very old. Humanity never wanted to engage with it. Specialists and skill-based people who had to do work, they would be involved in such technologies, and that'll be the end of it. They'll come back home and they'll forget about it. But ChatGPT came along as a prompt, which is very similar to what Google had when they used to ask us to do search. And this prompt resulted in answers which somehow ChatGPT knows the real question that you're asking. I'm sure you've experienced it. That's what makes it so hooky. And that's what makes the teacher so valuable. Good teachers, great teachers, know what you're asked, what you should be asking. Good teachers know what you're asking. They'll answer you very well. But great teachers will improve your question. Because they are trying, the question is where the wisdom sits. So you can decide. The question can lead you to information, question can lead you to knowledge, or the question can lead you to wisdom. And the third part, when answering that question for wisdom, you're looking for someone to give you that wisdom. And I think, in my experience, I've seen more often than not, it's us. We are the ones who bring our own wisdom to this party called life. And most of the wisdom can be like today morning, we have bikers in my community here in the society. They love to go biking on big bikes. And so today, Saturday morning, so they would have gone somewhere far and then they were coming back. And while they were riding back, I saw all of them are well protected. They're wearing helmets, they're wearing gloves, they're wearing good jackets, and they're saving themselves. In my mind, I was thinking, this is not how you would have been doing this. It's, something has led you to realize the value of these things. Protection is not seen. We are not that kind of people. In fact, Indians are definitely not. We are high risk takers. YouTube is throwing me a Q&A sticker. Okay, this is what it is. Oh shit! It just went. Licking black licorice. That was the Q&A question. I don't ask me. I don't know. AI has gone mad. They're using AI to fight AI now. So it's going to be a very interesting next couple of years. This 2026 is the year of the reckoning. It's called the year of the horse. And it's the year of revelation. And the biggest revelation I feel is going to be either extraterrestrial life or else humanity's control over reality, our reality. It's a big words. Let's see how it all shapes up, what comes out of it, the end of it. But I'm looking forward to it. What really surprises me is that 1.5 months of this year is over. Well, not 1.5 months, but you know what I'm saying. Time is like zipping by. You know, when I started doing my live streams, I'm assuming Shals, you're here. You know what? When I started doing my live stream in July, August, if I'm not wrong. So I'll be finishing 1 year of going live every day. This is not the longest I've done. I told you I used to do live streams from my rooftop, and every day 9:30 p.m. Bunch of guys used to come. It was a good conversation. We used to talk about food and the economy of scale and what's food like, and a lot of stuff I learned from them also. But after that, the bigger learnings have come. Oh, I must tell you this. Yesterday I had an interesting conversation. You've heard of Mysore Pak? That sweets that are very famous, very popular. Now, there is food that is good and it is expensive. For example, caviar. Why is it expensive? Oh, the sturgeon is like really difficult to. Wait. No, it's not. It's not difficult to catch. It's not difficult to source. Okay. Then why is it expensive? Its nutritional value is very nice. Of course it is. It's fish raw. Any fish's eggs, if you eat, they are amazing when it comes to nutrition. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. I'm just saying. You've grown up on caviar? Is that what you're saying? No, you're saying Mysore Park. You're saying Mysore Park is amazing. I can eat a kg of it in one go. I shouldn't, but what's not to like? It's sugar, it's cow fat, and it's proteins. Mysore Pak. I love Mysore Pak. It's the finest um, food. It's one of. I'm actually a big sweet tooth myself. I'm from Banaras. Oh, sweet and Banaras. I'll tell you this before I cut. I went to Banaras last year. Second time. I mean, I was a kid when my dad moved out. He was in Kanpur when I was born, and ever since then, I've never been to Banaras. I was 3 when my dad's mother passed away, and I have very vague memories of that trip. But after that, I don't remember. I went to Banaras, and I'm like went to this place to eat kachori and all that. And in the fridge, I'm seeing some white sweet curd like thing. I told this dude, I said, I want to eat this. Brought it out. I took a bite. I'm like, this is Srikhand. What is Srikhand doing here? I went up and I said, bro, what you're saying, this is Banaras special. This is Srikhand. I've been eating this in Pune all my life. This guy's telling me, I don't know, but this is Banaras special. And I'm like, what is he saying? Why is he trying to lie to me? And then I started digging up. And it turns out that Maharashtra Peshwas, in fact, entire Maharashtra, has a massive connection with Banaras. Not just Banaras, the entire Bundelkhand area, all the way up to Bihar. Kashi Vishwanath temple, the biggest temple on the ghats of Ganga, has been made by the Holkars. the Holkar family in Pune. Mind blowing, no? And I'm like, so apparently Banaras has a huge, huge influence in Pune, and Pune has a massive connection to Banaras. Incidentally, they're also the two places where Hindustani classical music is still pursued. One of the two out of three cities where Hindustani classical, Kolkata, Banaras, and Pune, and Chennai for Carnatic. So if you know Tamil, are you from Tamil? If you are a Tambram or someone, you've got to know how to play an instrument. You're from Pune. I'm sorry, there seems to be a lag between us, so I miss what question I was asking you. But yeah, um, so Banaras is a huge connection with Pune, especially yes, but even with many other parts of the state. There are seven, right? The breakup of this entire state is based on the seven geographies that have been kind of identified. In fact, before the British came, it was very different. When the British came, nobody knew what was going to be different. Now that they've left, I don't know if you know this, but Bombay is a Class A Salizet land, south of Bombay, which is why it was such a big deal when post COVID, uh, property prices in South Bombay shifted in 65 years for the first time. And what did Maharashtra government do? Yeah, have had a chance to study a little bit of the music scene for Carnatic and for Carnatic. Though I don't understand any. I know their frequencies. So once you wrap your head around the one part of music, you can wrap around other parts of the music. But I know this that Carnatic music is huge, and I know that they have these sabhas in South in Chennai, and they're like 2,000, 3,000 concerts in 10 days, and people keep jumping from one concert to the other. It's quite a rocketing affair. It's not like Kolkata, where music is more westernized. Pune is also beginning. Pune is kind of losing its roots, man, to be honest. The winds of change have brought Pune down into a very awkward place. The youngsters are no longer, the youth is no longer influenced by the old ways. The old ways are not strong enough to create. Oh, really? That's so cool, man. You've got a singer in your home. What do you mean by semi classical? What does semi classical mean? As in, he moves in and out of Bollywood? Is that what you mean? It's like saying I sing in semi Hindi. No, I'm just yanking your chain. I'm sure it's fun. Bring it sometime. I love to jam. Let's get something going in Bombay, man. Once that happens, then only we can move ahead. I need to increase my Kaiben customer base. That's the only way I can get myself a presence in Mumbai. I do plan to have. I've got other things that I would want to pitch. If you have a network that you can leverage, tell me. I would love to call and meet people. The Sleep Rocks is just one of. Uh, this is like a live gig, so it's a lecture. Whoever wants to listen to it, attend it. It's always fun. I mean, it's got good reviews till now. But I think there are a couple of other things that I would want to pitch to people. I'm very keen to make a music video. You've not heard the song? Yeah. All in good time. Cool. So well, with that I will sign off and I shall see you. Yeah, please do send me. I'm always looking for new interesting people to collaborate with. I'm going to Delhi. I'm going to meet my brother there, and hopefully we'll jam and we'll try to bring something up. If it sounds good, then we might just beam it. So stay in touch, and I will see you again. Thank you so much for joining in. Don't. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a gramp, but please don't stay away from Kaiben. It's the best food that you can eat. Increasing your neural capacity is probably the only way. I'm reading up on these parts of stories. I'll have a lot more information. Science is coming to terms with this fact that it eventually boils down to diet. And the diet, what we put into our mouth, is not as important as what the brain can absorb from what we have put in. That absorption is a neural function called digestion. So the better neural functioning you will have, the better you will live. And I can't make up bigger than this. I am coming from the dark side of the moon. So anywho, we'll chat again. Thanks so much for joining in. And I shall see you tomorrow, 12:30. Bye.